Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about should I give up on getting my ex back? So what's important to know about this is that if you need something or you need someone desperately, that thing or that person owns you, okay? Because let's say for example with your ex, if you desperately need them back in your life and you desperately want them back, that's going to be your overriding thoughts and emotions. And it's going to essentially be controlling your life and the way that you feel. And you don't want to give anyone or anything that kind of power over you, okay? Because it's almost like an addiction in that kind of way, okay? If you think about it like that. If you desperately need them for whatever reason, that person is owning you. And you should never give that kind of power away to anybody, okay? So what you need to do then is you need to sort of start practicing detachment, okay? Because if you're thinking about, oh, should I just give up on them? What should I do? You've got to start practicing detachment. And the reason why you practice detachment is that it puts you in a more relaxed and calm frame of mind, okay? So basically, the attitude that you should have is this: if they come back, great. If they don't come back, that's also great, okay? And basically, what this kind of attitude does is it instills calmness into you, and you let go, essentially, okay? Because there are lots of dating coaches online, and breakup coaches, and no contact coaches, and things like that. And sometimes the waters can get a little bit muddied, and you don't really know who to really listen to, okay? Now, obviously, I'm going to think that my advice is the best, right? Because as everyone should, right? If they're a coach. You've got to have that confidence if you're willing to coach people, okay? But what you should do is that you shouldn't be focused on a certain amount of days, because everyone's different. Because some coaches will say to you, oh, you need to wait like 2 months before reaching out to your ex, or that you need to wait 45 days or something along those lines. When in reality, you shouldn't be putting any kind of time frame on it whatsoever, because when you do, you're getting more and more attached. You're getting more attached. You may have your calendar and you're crossing off the days until you can contact your ex and things like that. But I believe that when you do the no contact rule, it should be forever. You should be automatically, when your ex says they no longer want to be with you, you should be like, okay, that's fine. I want to be with someone that loves me. If you don't want to be with me anymore, then I'm going to walk away and live my life and go and find someone that does want me. And I encourage you, my dear ex, to do the same. Not like you would put it across that way, but that's the attitude that you're sending out, okay? And in a way, what you're doing is you're calling their bluff. And if they still care about you and still love you, eventually within time, and there's no specific amount of time frame this can happen, it can happen with a matter of days, a matter of weeks, a matter of months, maybe even a matter of years, okay? But they will come back eventually if they still love you and still care about you. Eventually, they will try and find their way to worm their way back into your life, right? So you've got to let go. So it's a difficult question to answer, like, should I give up on getting my ex back? Should I give up on them? Should I give up on ever seeing them again? Right? It's a difficult question to answer because everyone's different and every time frame is going to be different. But what I suggest is that the problem actually lies within that question itself, because you should be giving up on them the moment they have given up on you. That's what you should be focused on. They gave up on you. They're not talking to you. They're not focusing on you. They may even be in a relationship with someone else. They've gone. They've checked out. Okay? You just got to trust that if they still have feelings for you, they'll come back eventually. And if they don't, that's great either. That's great as well, because you can just find someone better. So yes, in a way, you should be letting go of your ex and you should be giving up on your ex, but you should be doing that immediately. As soon as they break up with you, they're gone, they've checked out, you have as well. Now, I know that's a lot easier said than done, okay? Because if you love them, if you still want to be with them, it's so much more difficult. But you have to come from that place of, okay, this calmness, this detachment of, if they come back, great. If they don't come back, great. Because either I'm going to get them back, or I'm just going to find someone way better. And what will happen because I believe there's no accidents. Things happen for a reason, okay? So if they're gone, then that is the best thing for you. That is what is best for whatever reason. It has been divinely timed that is the best thing for you. Okay, and you've got to trust that. It may suck right now, but you've got to trust it. And this is but if they also do come back, then that is also divinely orchestrated. And if it feels right, then yeah, by all means, try and get back with them. Now, usually I believe that an ex is usually an ex for a reason. Okay, and usually it's not a good idea to get back with an ex. 9 times out of 10, that's usually the best thing. So you've got to go by how you feel. You've got to think about the relationship and how it ended, and and if this really is a good idea to be trying to get back with this person if they do come back into your life. But what I want to say to you is this, is that every painful experience that I have been through, even though it sucked in the moment and I could see no way out and I just felt awful and horrible, within time, whether it be a few days, a few months, or even a few years, I'll look back on it and know that this was the right thing to happen, whatever it was. Even if something is perceived to be bad, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. And it usually is. Okay? And you may be thinking, well, like, let's take the extreme example of, let's say someone that you loved has died. How is that good? Well, it may not feel good, and it's obviously terrible to lose someone, but also that is just the natural process of life. People die. We are not designed to live forever. You're going to lose everybody eventually. You'll even lose your own life. You got to learn to let that kind of thing go. I know it's a dramatic example, but those things are meant to happen. Even if it's an accident and someone dies earlier than they should, or it seems like that. Yeah, let's say they get ill or they get into an accident. It's still supposed to happen because we're human beings. We have fragile bodies. They die. They get sick. They're easily injured. We can, so it's all about just having this attitude of letting go. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be sad and you should repress your emotions. Of course, it hurts when you lose somebody or you go through a painful experience. I'm not saying to repress anything, but just trust that even though it hurts right now, it will make sense in the future. And it's like what Steve Jobs said, and this is how I want to leave this video. He did an address at Stanford University, and one of the things they said was that to these students that were graduating, he said, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. And basically what this means is that whatever happens in your life is usually directing you somewhere to somewhere greater. And even if the experiences are great and amazing, or they're painful and hurtful, or they're somewhere in between and there's nothing really, doesn't make that much of an impact on your feelings and emotions, you can still connect the dots better when you're looking back, when those events have passed, and you'll see that actually these things were meant to happen for whatever reason. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com and you can get coaching with me. And also, if you would like to get more content available from me, then you can subscribe to this YouTube channel and then click join. And you can find videos that are going to be published much later on in the future and be able to watch them immediately, watch them all immediately. Okay, now you don't have to do that because they will be published eventually, but you'll see that if you click on it, you'll be able to see that there's a huge back catalogue of videos that you can sift through. So if you really enjoy my content and you can't wait, then that's one of the things that you can do, but it's only an option because they will be published eventually. So don't worry too much about that. Especially if you can't afford it. But it's also just another way for any subscribers or any fans or anyone that likes me, another way that they can support me if they want to, and also get the great benefit of getting, hours and hours and hours of content that is not yet available to the public. And I'm also more likely as well, in fact, it's 100% more likely for me to actually respond to your comments if you become a member as well, because those comments are more highlighted towards me and I get I get to see them much more quicker, okay, much more faster than the other comments, because it's very difficult. I get so many comments now on YouTube that it's very difficult for me to respond to them. It's quite an overwhelming experience for me. So if you want your comment more likely to get seen, then become a member and I'll be able to see it much more quicker. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you guys again very soon. Goodbye.